Now, some of you know the Community of Terramor is a combination of a 55 and older community and an all ages or family section. But did combining these two groups together in the same community create a problem? Well, in this video, we'll take a deeper look and see if there really are problems here in the Community of Terramor. Hi, my name is Casey and I'm a local realtor. And on this channel, I share information about the local housing market here in Corona, California, especially the communities of Trilogy and Glen Ivy and the Community of Terramor. So if this is something you think might be helpful, I'd love if you hit the like and the subscribe buttons below. And if you know anyone that might find this information helpful, I'd appreciate if you'd share it with them as well. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing you need to understand about the Community of Terramor is that it's very different from most HOA communities. The majority of retirement communities were built specifically for those people ages 55 and older. Now this has been the standard for as long as I can remember. But when the Community of Terramor was built, they tried something different. Terramor was built and designed to be a combined community, with one section for residents ages 55 and older, while the other section is referred to as the all ages or family section. But by combining these two very different lifestyles together in one gated community, did it create problems? Well, to be completely honest, it did. So let me share with you what we've seen so far. The first issue has to do with the amenities here at Terramor. In the Community of Terramor, there are two separate community areas. One is called the Veranda, and the other is called the Terrace Club. The Veranda is the community center available for all residents of Terramor, both the all ages residents and the 55 and older residents too. Here you'll find an outdoor swimming pool, restrooms, and changing rooms. There's also a barbecue area, a fire pit, and a toddler wading pool. And there's an area where residents can rent out for private parties and neighborhood events too. And then there's the Terrace Club. Now this is the community center specifically for the 55 and older residents of Terramor. This is a much larger facility and it does offer many more amenities than the Veranda. So you can probably imagine where this is going. The Terrace Club has indoor and outdoor swimming pools, a gymnasium and a wellness studio, tennis courts, pickleball courts, bocce ball courts, and event rooms. There's also an outdoor cooking area, a fire pit, and a bar too. This facility really does offer first-class amenities for the 55 and older residents here in Terramor. And again, these amenities are specifically for the residents living in the 55 and older neighborhoods of Terramor and their guests ages 18 and over. Now you might be asking, why do the 55 and older residents have access to the Veranda if they already have the Terrace Club? Well, the rules within Terramor state that the residents of the 55 and older sections can bring guests to the Terrace Club, but these guests must be 18 years or older. So the idea behind it is that 55 and older residents could bring their younger guests, especially their grandkids, to the Veranda to use the pool. But it's also important to note that the residents of the 55 and older sections of Terramor do pay higher HOA fees in order to access both facilities. The HOA fees for the 55 and older residents is about $350 per month, while residents in the all ages section pay around $260 per month. But since we've moved here, we've heard all kinds of false information going around about the amenities here at Terramor. And sadly, some residents were told information that simply isn't true. Here's the information directly from the HOA documents regarding the use of the Terrace Club. Now it states, use of the Terrace Club facilities is for members of the community association who reside in the 55 plus neighborhoods and their guests only. Members of the community association who reside in one of the all ages neighborhoods are not permitted to access the facility unless they are a guest of the resident in a 55 plus neighborhood or a board approved special event. But in speaking with residents from the all ages section, many shared that they believe they would be able to use the Terrace Club once they reach the ages of 55. And many of these people said they were given this information directly from the builders. And several people went on to say they were actually given tours of the Terrace Club during the sales process. Now, I don't know if this is true or not, but if it is true, it's absolutely terrible because the HOA documents clearly state this is not the case. And to make matters worse, there are some realtors that aren't helping this issue either. I've actually seen other videos being posted about the Community of Terramor sharing false information about access to the Terrace Club. And just the other day, I saw a home for sale in the all ages section, and it showed pictures of the home for sale, followed by pictures of the Terrace Club. And there wasn't a single picture of the Veranda, which is the amenities this home actually has access to. So it's easy to see why this false information can be spread so quickly. And the other issue that I've seen here in Terramor has to do with parking. Now the HOA rules within Terramor do not allow overnight street parking within the community. Now there are exceptions, and the HOA does issue overnight parking passes, but for the most part, overnight street parking is not allowed here in Terramor. And for most sections within Terramor, this isn't really an issue. Every home within Terramor has an attached 2-car garage, and most homes have 2 additional parking spots in the driveway. So the majority of Terramor residents have the ability to park 4 cars at their home without parking on the street. But for the residents that purchased homes in the Skyview neighborhood, this simply isn't the case. The homes in the Skyview area are townhome style homes with each building consisting of 2 units. And even though these townhomes do have attached 2-car garages, they don't have driveways. So each unit basically has 2 parking spots. And when Skyview was first being constructed, it appeared there was going to be plenty of parking spots for guests and for extra vehicles. But once several phases of construction were completed, the vast majority of curbs within Skyview were painted red. And even though there were a few parking spots available, there simply isn't enough parking for the number of units that are being built. And many homeowners in the Skyview neighborhood are extremely upset, and you really can't blame them. If you have more than 2 cars, or if you have friends or family that come to visit, they have very few options for parking. And it's my understanding the HOA has agreed to provide 1 overnight parking pass for each homeowner within Skyview, and I'm sure this will help. But the question then becomes, where will these people park their cars? With such limited street parking within the Skyview neighborhood, many are concerned about cars being parked in the neighboring sections of Iron Tree and Altus. Now, I'm not sure there's an easy solution for this one. The homeowners that purchased units in Skyview paid a lot of money to live within Terramor, and they've been put in a very unfortunate situation. I'd love to see the builder help out by adding some additional guest parking spaces. Right now, the neighborhood is only about 50% complete, so there's still time to make changes and add some additional parking. But to be honest, I don't see that happening. So we'll have to wait and see how this issue plays out here in Terramor. But even with these 2 issues, I still feel like Terramor is a great place to live. And like everything in life, nothing is perfect. Every community that I visited has their own set of problems and issues. But as I mentioned in several of my previous videos, the best thing you can do to avoid these type of problems is to read the HOA documents before purchasing a home in an HOA community. And it really is the best way to eliminate false information and rumors about the rules within a community.